Welcome everybody to another fun and random hat embroidery project. A little more than a year ago, I embroidered this hat right here. Till this day, that is one of the hats that I am most proud of, and you'll still see me doing that design on hoodies as of late, which he brings to me. So it's been an ongoing thing for a little bit more than a year, and today it comes back, but a little bit different than usual. The way I work this job usually is just, we have the S centered and we put the rest of it wrapping around the hat so it fits perfectly with the S. Today, we are still writing V-Star, but we are working on this hat here. So overall, it's still very similar. The only thing is we don't have the S anymore. It's gonna be the A. So I'm gonna have to just put the R on this side here and then fix it so that the rest of it reads out more this way now. And it's just ending right here. Here's the usual digitizing for it. I'm gonna tweak it. I'll show you guys all of that. It is midnight, so I'll try to make this one real short and sweet. Before jumping into all that, I had a goal of posting at least one video a week, and I've actually been keeping up with that. So if you guys want all things embroidery, consider liking and subbing to the channel, because there's plenty more to come. Now let's jump into the computer and get this thing done. I do realize there are two teams pretty much in this logo now. I'm just doing what the person wants, and that's it. Don't know about anything else. Let's get to it. Two things that I do want to keep in mind. One is that I do have to bring this down smaller. The A on the hat is pretty much 2 inches on the dot. And the other thing is just fixing the start points so that when it runs on the hat, it goes perfectly around here, running this way, and then starting right here. So we'll mess with the start and stops. That's probably gonna be like the biggest thing of this design to get everything correct. So since we have the A, let's remove all of this and bring this back as a normal T. So working backwards a little bit, but that's what we gotta do. I could redo this whole thing so I'm not like just connecting them like this, but you know me. This is perfectly fine. I got an extra point here, that's what it is. Okay, so we got that. Let's bring this, oh, this one too. Let's bring this down to 2 inches. And let's see how this fits in here. The R, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna create a whole nother file for it. So I could just reposition it as if it's its own design. I think it's gonna be easier. So let's see. So just something like this, really. Straightforward. So I'm gonna put my start here. So when I'm lining it up to the hat, that's what I'm gonna be aiming for. And if it's not touching up here, then it should be good to go where it doesn't hit it on the top. No reason it should. So we'll do that. Let's position the rest of this a little bit closer. Like that. And I think this is what it's gonna be. It'll look something like this. I had this, I took a picture of this, I sent it to him, he liked it, so it's good to go. The only thing I feel it's not gonna be matching really well is just that it's just a plain white A, where our design here has 3 colors. That green, black, and white, exactly how it is here. That's how I have it going, so we'll see how it looks. I think it's still gonna look clean. If anything, I feel like it's gonna make the A pop a little bit. So let's remove the A. We'll cut this. We'll paste that there. We'll come back to that. And here, I think I said somewhere on here. So you go to auto start and end, digitize start needle position. And I'm gonna put that right here. And when I press T, that's my start. I will center that. Doesn't really matter. Well, I do have to redo this now. Perfect. For the R, I'm gonna put it somewhere around here that's where the A curves and sticks out the most. So if it's not touching that, the rest of it is gonna be, it's gonna be okay. So right here, I believe. I believe in hope. And that's kind of it. The next thing we gotta do is just hoop it, shift it a little bit over, and watch it do its thing. Not much to it. If you guys wanna know a little bit more about what's going on here, again, this is now 2 inches. They probably changed this a little bit. Why did, what? Is that on me? I don't know. So everything's just satin fills. I mean, satin border, satin fill. Manual spacing, 0.012 in inches. This, I think I have it for 3D puff. I do this one 3D puff. So I might bring this up just a little bit. I'll put it at 12 as well, just to not run so much thread there. And that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. I'm gonna save the R as well. And let's get to hooping this hat. I actually started on the windbreakers I had mentioned before a couple times, and I've been using the hoop station like crazy. And since I'm working on the sleeve, I've also, I don't know if you guys can see, I've also been using this guy here for the sleeve, and it's really made things much easier. I should be doing a video on them too. I am gonna use a sheet of tearaway, sorry. I'm gonna have it extending further this way. We're not doing the middle. And then on the side of the hat is not as structured once you get to pretty much this side over here. Luckily, when we do the V-star, I've had to unstitch this. I once actually made a hole on one of them. So I told him, bring me some that are not New Era or unstitch it himself, because yeah, not cool. But luckily this time we're going more this way. That's not the issue today. But we'll do one sheet just to be safe. Well, in that case, it should be extending way further this way. I'll probably still need to add like another sheet because it doesn't go all the way over here. I'll add that one a little bit later. I'm making sure that back here, I'm keeping it as straight as possible so it doesn't look like the words start to either slant up or down. It looks good there. I did not measure how far out this way it's gonna go actually. For now, just in case, I'm actually gonna twist the hat this way so I get a little bit more room if it goes further out over here. So here's the red line where you usually try to match it to this line. I move the hat more this way, so it gives me a little bit more room right here on the side. Hopefully I don't have to get all the way over here. If not, I'm gonna have to shift the hat even further or squeeze the letters together. We'll see. I already have the design loaded up, nothing special here. It's just upside down because we're working on hats. Our start point is right there, as you can see. I just set up the colors and we'll probably be running it like at around 500. We'll see. Let's put the hat on there though. The only kind of guesswork that I have to do right now is I usually have my start at the bottom of the design. So I would have been able to tell like, well, the bottom of the A is here. Let me line that up. I have it a little bit higher for this one. So I'm just gonna have to go based on the trace that it doesn't go lower than the bottom of the A. It's really hard to tell, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's looking pretty good here. I'm just hoping that whatever space I left in between is what's gonna match the same space between the T and the S and the dash and the A. And I think we're ready to go. I actually meant to start it from the T, stitching out, but too late for that. Should still be fine. here's our first part. The T came out nice. The S came out beautiful, but the V, here's where we ran into some issues. On the bottom, it ran out of stabilizer, so the V borders and the V satin didn't line up completely. I actually think it looks kind of cool, but I am bummed out that it did come out like that. There's some stray threads here because I ran over again. It had a bunch of loose threads, same thing. And then I went back and added more stabilizer, and that's when I ran the satin on top again. So it is gonna need some cleanup. I'm not worried about him not liking it. He understands it's the game, especially with these types of hats. Not to sound like a cop-out, but it still looks real good. So now let's focus on the R. Luckily, we're not gonna be dealing with the soft spot over here. It's just right here. The spacing was good. I think it could have been a little bit bigger. I'm not gonna lie, just a tad bit bigger, but let's get that R on there. The R, pretty straightforward. I just, from where the T started, I just scooted it way over. That's about the space that I want there. Let's give it a trace. Make sure it doesn't stitch over the A or it goes too low or too high. That looks good right there. Let's get it. Hope you guys don't mind. I already hit the hat with a lighter. I didn't do much cleaning. I would not call today's project a success. It did not translate the way I was hoping it was going to. Again, this is not gonna be a big deal for that person. We have the other jobs that are always ongoing, and I'm not even gonna charge him for this one. And what I'll do is I'll let him know that if he ever does wanna do it again or keep on trying it, then there are ways to make it better. This was just the first one, hopefully of many, but here is, here it is. So everything is pretty decent. It's straightforward. I think overall, this part could have been bigger, for sure. And then the R. That R, yeah, that one did it for me. That one got me. If I were to do it again, or if I do any more, I'd make it bigger. I'd make sure I'm lined up a little bit better. And I might even like twist the letter itself, you know, like it is straight when it's hooped on, but once it starts curving around the hat here, the R should kind of also arc that way, which it doesn't. So I think that's what makes it look like it's just flying off, like it's doing its own thing. So kind of lame what went down today, but if you're seeing this, it's because I posted it anyways. It's no big deal. It's just, it was a project and it's still a video. It's gonna say something like I failed, so people might want to watch that. A lot of people like to see failure sometimes, so still an interesting hat. Crazy, I thought it was gonna be easier than the other one that we usually do. That's pretty crazy. It caught me off guard. But nonetheless, if we were to get this right, it'd be a pretty unique hat, just like the other one as well. I gotta say though, that S, quite beautiful. You guys see it? Proud how that came out. Everything was going pretty well. But anyways, it is what it is. That's the job, and we move forward. Thank you guys for watching. Any likes or subs, very much appreciated. I hope you guys have a nice day, good night, wherever you're at. That's it for me. Deuces.